Welcome to the Business Happy Hour with your hosts, Frank Cotto from Lincoln Lending Group, Ryan Pelkey from Tampa Bay Plumbers, and Doug Ford with Suncoast Roofing Solutions on 970 WFLA. These three business owners will teach you how to work to live it up, not live to work. Now sit back, grab a cold one if you have one, and get ready for some serious business talk with three hilariously serious business owners. Now, your host of the Business Happy Hour, Frank Cotto.
Good morning, good afternoon, Tampa Bay. Welcome to the Business Happy Hour with your host, Frank Cotto, president of Lincoln Lending Group and 813 Mortgage, and of course, my incredible co-host in studio, Ryan Pelkey. How you doing today?
Awesome, doing great. Great start to the 2017.
Heck yeah.
Spit it out.
Yeah.
I was so used to saying 2016 that I stumbled on that one a bit.
Yeah, and we got Doug Ford, owner of Suncoast Roofing Solutions. You need a roof, it's 888-888-ROOF. How we doing, Doug?
Good. How are you? How's your New Year's?
Pretty good, man. I was with you for the New Year's Day.
Yeah, day, but how about the night?
The night was spectacular.
Nice.
It was actually, I felt like an old college student again. We went to that, what do you call it, that Outback Bowl gala that they do the night before. I think we went to bed at 4 in the morning, and then New Year's night, it was like the same thing. It's like, how did I ever do this? But
yeah, it was rough for me, too, because I started drinking wine.
Yeah.
And then I had beer, and then I had vodka, and then I had champagne. And at the end of the night, the what do you call the cinnamon whiskey came out, the Fireball.
Fireball.
That definitely is a college drink.
It was game over for Ryan.
Why do people put that at the end? That's what we always do.
The whole next day, though, I was feeling awful.
Yeah, it wasn't a pretty New Year's Day for any of us. So
I was in bad shape.
Thank God they gave us that extra Monday off, though. That was nice this year when we got the Monday off.
Thank God they did.
Who's
they? Well, I still like people
Thank
trying
God
to.
we gave ourselves off.
Yeah. I still have people trying to call me for business. I'm like, it's Monday after. Ridiculous.
It was ridiculously busy for me actually 2 days earlier on Monday when it was. I received more business calls this last Monday, but I mean you got to understand, being in real estate and in our jobs, I mean a lot of people are off work on that day who otherwise wouldn't have time to reach us. So.
Well, Tampa Bay Plumbers was in full force. 813 Plumber. If you called that number, you're good. If you called my cell.
Not so good
on Monday.
Yeah.
Oh man, we've got it. Go ahead, Doug.
I was just saying, unfortunately, we didn't work at all Monday because none of our supply houses were open, none of our dumps were open, so we really couldn't work. So
no, I guess I'll take the opportunity to let all of my customers know and all the guests know that are listening that we're actually open 365 days a year.
That's amazing.
So, yeah.
Matter of fact, funny story. Was it Christmas Eve a couple of years ago when I had a little septic backup and I had like 20 people at my house?
Yeah, they never happen when you want it to happen. That's for sure.
Of course not.
I didn't have to call the number. I just walked 2 doors down and knocked on his door and said, "Hey, we got a really crappy problem over here."
Yeah, it helps when you live down the street from the owner.
It sure does. So in studio we have an exciting guest. I want to introduce her. It's Brenda Bianchi with Bianchi Realestate. How you doing, Brenda?
I'm doing great. Ready to rock and roll.
Heck yeah. Well, we've gone over some cool real estate topics we're going to be bringing up later in the show and talking about the market. I know it's always interesting to all of our business owners out there what's going on in the real estate market and in the economy as well. Interest rates are up, house values are up. So Brenda will chime in anytime she wants, but we're going to bring her in a little later in the show and we're going to talk some real estate business with you guys. So exciting day. If you're listening right now on Sunday morning, first of all, good morning. We have an exciting thing happening in Tampa Bay. We have the NCAA National Football Championship.
Yep, Alabama versus Clemson.
Now, is
Monday.
this the first one that has actually gone through playoffs, or last year did they go through playoffs?
I thought this was the third or
Is it third? See, horrible sports. It's the third. It's the third. We have fingers flying up in the background.
I think I'm the wrong person to ask about sports.
We're just too busy with business over here.
I'll tell you, I think they really got it right, though. Alabama and Clemson are, in my opinion, clearly the best teams in college football.
I would agree. Yeah. I think a playoff was needed. I mean, it was way too political.
Yeah. How about Ohio State getting? They got whooped.
What was the one that was like? And like I said, I don't follow sports. There was one that was like 31-0.
That was Clemson, Ohio State.
Oh my gosh, 0, a complete shutout. That's crazy.
Yeah, it was pretty bad.
Yeah, it was. The Gators just won their game. We're not exactly Gators fans over here, but they played very well the other day. I'll hand it to them.
Raymond James has been a busy place.
That's right. So we had the Bucks game.
Yeah.
And then the Outback Bowl.
Right.
And now the NCAA Championship.
Yeah, plus they've been having all kinds of other stuff, too. I think they had some high school games in December as well. Now we got Monster Jam coming up.
Monster Jam. If you guys don't go to that with your kids, you are missing out. Have you been to one, Doug?
I haven't. My kids are not old enough, really. A 1-year-old and 3-year-old. I don't think they'll enjoy Monster
Not
Jam.
really. Yeah, you're right.
And I don't think I'm going to go by myself.
No, you can go with us, Doug.
Okay,
You can go with
I
us.
would definitely go.
Tag along.
Sounds fun.
We need another chaperone. The kids get a little wild. So.
We're going to tailgate for that event, by the way.
You're going to tailgate
yeah,
for
we're,
it?
We're going to tailgate in January. I think it's January 17th, I believe it is.
14th, I think.
Is it 14th? Yeah. Well, it's we're going to bring the camper out.
So
there.
you want to bring like juice boxes and stuff since you're going to tailgate for the kids?
Thimble of rum.
Yeah. Well, we'll have something to spike them with, of course.
Yeah. That's for us. That's for us. He's talking about. That's right. This is the business happy hour.
Exactly.
No, we'll tailgate with you. We're planning on going as well. I got tickets for the 14th.
Is it? You already got them?
I already got them. I bought them on Ticketmaster.
I need to step up my game.
Get on there and make sure you get the club seats. If you guys are checking it, they don't even differentiate them. They're $45. At least they were the other day, and you get the club access. Which, if you got kids, that's a really good way to go. You get nice.
Now, what time of day
bathrooms.
is the event?
7:00.
Oh, that's nice because I can't stand Raymond James during the day.
No,
a little hot.
brutal.
A little hot.
It's a little
unless
hot.
You're in the club.
Yeah, just a little bit.
But it's 7 to 10 is usually what it runs. 7 to 9:30, something like that. But it is exciting.
Kids love it.
Nice.
Love it. And get to buy them a little monster truck for $10. You can get for $1 at Walmart.
Oh yeah. Definitely be prepared to pay for a bunch of overpriced goods.
Or do like my wife did, throw a couple dollar Matchbox cars trucks in your purse, and when the kids say they want them, you go upstairs and I pretend that I buy them and come down. I'm like, look what I got, everybody. Genius, I'm telling you. Oh man. So what else? So talking about this national championship and the effect that it has on our economy. You were giving me some numbers earlier.
Yeah, well, according to Tampa Bay Sports Commissioner, Executive Director Rob Higgins, he projects between $275 and $300 million of local economic impact. So
that's awesome.
I mean,
awesome.
And that's debatable. Although some economists say that it delivers almost no economic benefit. I can't see how that would be possible. But
well, hold on. 60,000 hotel rooms were booked for this event.
Do we even have that many hotel rooms in
That's
Tampa?
what I said. I said, where are the 60,000 hotel rooms around here?
Jeez.
But that alone.
I mean, maybe like, Clearwater, St. Pete, Tampa as a whole, but just Tampa alone, 60,000? That's
got to be.
Yeah, so they're getting max rates.
Oh, yeah.
They're maxing out.
Frank was just talking about him going to D.C. for inauguration, and you're saying the hotel rates are
insane.
1,200 to 25,000.
The Embassy Suites that we booked, which is right outside D.C. in Crystal City, was $1,630.
And
per
that's
night.
probably normally $300-400 a night.
I stayed there 6 months ago for $225 a night.
Did you just say 1630?
I thought gouging was illegal in the United States.
A night. Yeah.
Depends on if it's in Washington, D.C.
Well, that's in Virginia. It's a Commonwealth. They make their own rules.
I don't know. Well, we did it smart, though. We're going with Embassy Suite because we have two couples in the hotel room. So, I mean, I get a great deal. It's like $800 a night now.
Savings.
Savings. Yeah, it's wonderful. But it's once in a lifetime. If you got a chance to go to the inauguration, I mean, I would go for sure.
Yeah, for sure.
So that's going to be a good time. But, yeah, so great impact in Tampa Bay. Love to see that. We've got some other interesting economic news here. Our buddy Donnie Trump over there, these little tweets he's throwing out. They're having some major impact.
Yeah. You know my opinion on his tweets, but yeah, I totally agree with the impact it's having.
It's crazy.
He's also causing wreaking a lot of havoc in places too as well.
He is. So what's this most recent one, Ryan? He threw out a tweet about GM and a border tax.
Yeah, well, it started with the Chevy Cruze on how I guess they're producing all these Chevy Cruzes in Mexico, and he tweeted, I believe it was on Monday, and just a simple tweet, hey, we're gonna put a hefty border tax on GM. Well, within hours, Ford comes out and says they're canceling their $1.6 billion plant that they're building in Mexico, and they're going to spend $700 million and retool a plant in Michigan, which is going to produce all of the electric autonomous vehicles for Ford, I guess.
Electric, hybrid, and autonomous vehicles.
Yeah.
And you also said, what was it, 7 new electric vehicle models are coming out by Ford? Is that right? Or GM?
Ford is just announced 7 new electric models, so that's huge.
So
that's really big.
My boy Elon, he truly started the trend, the revolution. It's begun.
It has in full force, and it's not just Ford. It's General Motors, it's BMW, even Mercedes, and all the other premium car manufacturers are jumping on board too.
Yep, there it goes. Good job, Elon. You started a trend, and it looks like it's going to roll all the way downhill.
Yeah, luckily he's got a good head start.
He has a real good head start. a real good head start.
He's got some serious challenges ahead of him this year, but if he can If you can get that Model 3 producing.
Yeah. When is that? I mean, because obviously we think we put down the deposit, like a year ago?
Yeah, did you put one down too?
I did.
Yeah, okay. So, it's almost a year ago we put it down, and last I talked to him, it's going to be absolutely minimum by the end of this year before we even see one.
And that's obviously the people in the beginning.
Right, and then as an owner, I'm going to get an earlier one, but I don't think I would even get it until the beginning of 18. Right. I think that's when we're actually going to see the first ones come off the line. So, like everybody else, at least mid-18 before you see the car. But it's going to be exciting.
It's going to be 400,000 pre-orders.
Correct.
That changes the game.
And the other
needle a little
400,000, is that what it
last I heard it was over 500,000.
Oh, really?
Wow.
Yeah,
500,000 pre-order.
Yeah, that's sensational. That actually moves the needle, for because I think right now electric vehicles only account for 1% of the total vehicles that hit the road.
There's just over 100,000 Model S's produced in the United States, I believe.
So are they? I don't know enough about their plan. Are they building a completely new plant for this? Because I heard that their current plant was under production what they thought they were going to be in 2016.
I don't know.
I know that they recently took over an old, I think it was an old General Motors or Ford plant in California, a huge one.
Interesting.
And that they're retooling that, and
that has got to be for the Model 3 then.
Yeah.
I mean, they have not been rolled. Nothing's been rolled off the line for us to see. I mean, there's some concept ones out there right now, but it's going to be exciting to see what he does. The other cool thing.
Go.
I was
going to say, did you see the Model X that there's like some actor or something where it drove through his house and he's trying to sue Elon Musk?
Oh, that's ridiculous. I
mean, good luck with that.
Like mine has that feature where you can make it drive in and out of your driveway.
Well, that's what they say. They say that he had to have pressed the button, but he's trying to say all these things to try to get him to pay for it.
I will say I have accidentally activated it before, but if you do it from your key fob, you have to hold down the button to make it go forward. So, I mean, it's possible one of those pocket things. But anyway, we got to take a break. We'll pick up on this in just a second. You're listening to the Business Happy Hour with Frank, Ryan, and Doug. We'll be back in just a minute to talk more about electric vehicles, Elon Musk, and a little bit of Arnold Schwarzenegger. You're listening to Business Happy Hour.
Hi, I'm Ryan with Tampa Bay Plumbers. Thank you for choosing us for all of your plumbing, septic, and water treatment needs. What makes us different at Tampa Bay Plumbers is that we're a local full-service plumbing contractor that can handle any project large or small, including cured-in-place pipelining, septic installations, and various water treatment products. You can find us at tampaplumber.net or 24/7 by phone at 813-PLUMBER. Thank you, and we look forward to working with you.
Enjoy tranquil seclusion in an eco-lover's paradise. Paddling through the mangroves where the only sounds you'll hear are the sounds of nature. Because you deserve to relax on vacation. Visit Pasco County, Florida.
Everyone has a bank, but you definitely need a Frank. Lincoln Lending Group specializes in mortgages that banks won't touch, like loans for people with 1 day out of foreclosure, bankruptcy, and short sale. Call Frank today at 813-MORTGAGE, and remember, you drop the E and he drops the fee. Call Ryan at 813-PLUMBER for the most reliable professional plumber in town. Tampa Bay Plumbers is available day and night for your emergency plumbing needs. Find them on the web at tampaplumber.net. and get a coupon for service. Do you have a roof leak but no one to trust? You need to call Doug with Suncoast Roofing Solutions at 888-888-ROOF, where honesty, integrity, and craftsmanship come first. Find them on the web at suncoastroofingsolutions.com. And now, your host of the Business Happy Hour, Frank Cotto.
Welcome back, Tampa. Thanks for listening to Business Happy Hour. We're going to pick right back up where we left off. Last comment I wanted to throw out about this whole electric vehicle thing was you said he had some challenges, Elon Musk, coming up in the next year. Do you know every single Tesla coming off the line right now has what's called level 5 autonomy hardware? Elon has promised within 2 years full autonomy.
Yeah, it's just the regulators, right, that are...
I don't even think that they're necessarily holding it back right now, but he hasn't released it, so I don't think he has that fight yet. But he's going to release it incrementally. Just like my autopilot has gotten better, it's going to get really good.
Yeah, that's exciting. I think that's the direction of all vehicles right now.
Should be. Yeah. They're already testing. I think it was, I don't know if it's Baltimore or something like that, or Seattle. They're testing. They already have a fleet. Uber has self-driving.
They had them in California, but they actually had to retract them all. I don't know what happened with it to cause that, but it was an issue.
So I didn't even think we were there yet, which I found out the other day. That's pretty amazing.
Yeah, we kind of are.
Forget flying cars. We're going to have self-driving ones in our future here.
Yeah, well, when you see all these distracted drivers on the road, it makes sense. I mean, it's so
disgusting.
Annoying.
I literally will honk at people, or when I see them looking
roll
down.
Out your window.
I've done that. No, I have. I've seen somebody like texting, just looking straight down. I literally.
Oh my gosh!
Hey.
I mean, my business partner. I was skiing last year, and I get a call from him in the hospital. He's like, "Yeah, this lady literally just didn't even look up. She slammed right into me by just looking down on her
texting
phone.
And you
no braking.
Yeah, no. He was at a light. He was sitting there, and no braking. Slammed him at 45, 50 miles an hour.
Happened to my sister a couple weeks ago.
Same thing. And people they're stupid because you can check the records of the phone.
And so I don't get why car manufacturers haven't figured out how to turn your phone, like how to make it so you can't text or drive, period.
I think there is technology. There is technology coming out
it should be like government mandated. Like that's just, to me, it's
too much data. Too much data, bro.
That's common sense, though.
You gotta be in park for it to work.
Exactly. I mean, you can't work your GPS on your vehicles. Why are you able to text?
Which it's funny. A lot of them let you do that now. They've changed that. They put that stupid little thing.
No, mine won't. I have to press a button where I have to actually speak to it and tell it what to, where my location is going to be.
Yeah, the Tesla lets you do it, and so does Mercedes. It's
really
crazy. Yeah, it's and that changed because Lexus didn't used to allow you to do it.
Yeah.
Anyway, real quick, going back to two things we got to chat on. Obviously, the effect of the economy on this stuff, but I did want to mention coming up, since we're kind of moving off the local stuff, there are three free concerts in town this weekend for the playoff, whatever you call it, championship. On Friday night, you have Eric Paisley. On Friday night, January 6th, which is tonight if you're watching live, and it was 2 nights ago if you're listening on Sunday, so it's quite irrelevant for you. And then if you're watching on Friday, then tomorrow night on Saturday, you got a guy named Florida who's going to be performing.
Flow Rider?
Oh, Flow Rider. Oh, I didn't see the dash.
I would have said the same thing, but Gary just brought me up to speed on all the guy's massive hits. So apparently he's a little better than I thought.
Yeah, he's got a lot good music.
We listened to him, and we didn't even realize we listened to him. So.
Yeah, we turn the radio up when he comes on. Actually,
good job, Flow Rider. And then no matter when you're listening, you can go and enjoy the man Usher, the Michael Jackson of our time. This is at Curtis Hickson Park in downtown Tampa. They have transformed that area. It is beautiful. And you also have the punt, pass, and kick and all the cool football stuff going on at the convention center. That's like $8 to get in. And
speaking of Michael Jackson, it was funny. I was at lunch the other day with my daughter, and she's only 3. And so this Michael Jackson song came on, and my daughter just got up and started dancing.
God, man,
and I'm like,
I loved that guy.
Oh, I mean, me too. But it's just crazy that his songs resonate for generations.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm disappointed that I never got to see that guy in person. Did you ever see him perform?
I did.
Man,
a long time ago.
How about you?
He's worth a lot of money dead. No,
probably more dead than he was alive.
I think he spent so much money while he was alive.
That and all the litigation and everything.
Yeah, exactly.
We won't go there.
But, we're really happy about what's going on downtown. We just got a big job over at the Tampa Bay Times doing a sewer repair. And we're going to have construction vents out there
with about 1,000 feet of signage for 813 Plumber.
Yeah, so that's going to be a great opportunity for us.
So if you want to watch Ryan in action, You guys can do it in front of the Tampa Bay Times building this weekend.
Yeah, when you see all that signage out there, you'll know what I'm talking about.
Grab a beer, go heckle some of the plumbers. You can whistle at them instead of them whistle at you. Who knows?
Hey, by the way, Frank, happy birthday, man! For all of our Friday watchers, it's Frank's birthday today.
Thank you. Man,
Really?
It is my birthday
Happy
today.
birthday.
If you're watching on Friday, if not, you missed it. I still expect a present.
Just turned 31.
Yeah, 29.
29,
Yeah. Neither one are true, but I feel good about what he just said.
Mine's Sunday.
What's he say?
Mine's Sunday.
Sunday. Gary's is Sunday. Gary, you turned what, 19?
That's about it.
19 years of experience.
19, yeah.
Maturity wise.
Wise beyond his years. Yes, Mr. Gary, I love it. So I got to bring this up before we turn over to real estate here in a minute. Just found out that Obama won the award. He is the biggest, most decorated gun salesman in world history. Since
Not world
War
history,
II.
since World War II.
World War II, which is
Yes.
basically world history. But yeah, so he goes.
Is that domestically or internationally or both?
Both.
Yeah, I think that's both. But did you? And this is not to go off that topic, but did you know he won the Nobel Peace Prize?
What?
Yeah.
Who do you bring peace to? Oh, the inner cities. Yeah, that's who it. Yeah,
Peace to
Chicago.
Chicago.
Yeah. Obama brought peace in Chicago.
Nominated by Rahm Emanuel.
Yeah, he also sold the most guns in Chicago, so go figure. No, the stats go like this. So because of the tight legislation that he kept trying to pass on gun control, more guns were sold under his presidency in the United States than any other presidency in history.
Since World War II.
I know I
But
bought
the
7 myself just during his. I'm not even a gun collector.
The
so.
ATF is listening right now. But, and then the one you had was he has sold more guns to the U.S. has sold more guns to other countries.
Yeah, it's mostly the Middle East. It's
Good, mostly the Middle East. Yeah, the real calm area. Yeah, we've sold more than any other president since World War II.
He sold them all to Australia.
If you think about that, aren't guns illegal in Australia?
Yeah, everything but like single-shot hunting rifles or something like that.
When you actually think about it, you break it down, it's like, are you serious?
It's insane. And I guess Ryan said Trump is poised to beat that. He's like, I'm going to beat that record. I'm going to take him down.
I think that's what I read. I think
I think that's going to be the opposite because everyone's going to be like, you know what? We don't really need to go out and hoard guns now.
Nope, don't need
we're
them.
Good.
We got enough. We're good.
Yeah, we're good.
Got a strong leader. We're good. All right, guys, we got to take a break. As soon as we get back, it's going to be Brenda Bianchi's turn to throw out some opinions in this crazy show here and talk some real estate. You're listening to the Business Happy Hour.
Hi, I'm Ryan with Tampa Bay Plumbers. Thank you for choosing us for all of your plumbing, septic, and This is Ryan with Tampa Bay Plumbers. At some point, we've all had to have a drain line snaked out. This typically involves running a steel cable through the drain line in an effort to clear a blockage. This often leaves a film of scale or buildup on the inside of the pipe with a hole in the middle. The only way to properly descale a drain line is to perform a hydrojet service. We use equipment that essentially pressure washes the inside of the pipe, leaving your drain lines free and clear. The two symptoms of a sewer backup are foul odors and slow-moving drains. If you are experiencing either of these, contact us at tampaplumber.net or 813-PLUMBER.
Revolutionary in his field, Dr. Bonatti created, perfected, and patented the Bonatti spine procedures. Using his genius, Bonatti invented precise tools necessary to minimize surgery, scarring, anesthesia, and recovery. So successful are the Bonatti spine procedures, they consistently reflect over 94% patient satisfaction. 45,000 successful procedures have been performed exclusively at our location. Nearly half our patients suffer from failed back and neck surgeries at other facilities. Bonatti succeeds where others fail.
Everyone has a bank, but you definitely need a Frank. Lincoln Lending Group specializes in mortgages that banks won't touch, like loans for people with 1 day out of foreclosure, bankruptcy, and short sale. Call Frank today at 813-MORTGAGE, and remember, you drop the E and he drops the fee. Call Ryan at 813-PLUMBER for the most reliable professional plumber in town. Tampa Bay Plumbers is available day and night for your emergency plumbing needs. Find them on the web at tampaplumber.net and get a coupon for service. Do you have a roof leak but no one to trust? You need to call Doug with Suncoast Roofing Solutions at 888-888-ROOF, where honesty, integrity, and craftsmanship come first. Find them on the web at suncoastroofingsolutions.com. And now, your host of the Business Happy Hour, Frank Cotto.
Welcome back to the Business Happy Hour, guys. We're having a great time over here. One thing I got to bring up, because we have a cool little soundbite, is I don't know if you guys watched the new Celebrity Apprentice, but I thought it was cool. If I'm going to play it real quick so you can figure out who is running the new Celebrity Apprentice. Here we go.
Kerry, you participated the least in the whole thing. You maybe have watched previous shows, and those that were quiet stayed on for a longer period of time, but that's not the way I handle things. Who is taking the most risks is really what it comes down to. So therefore, Kerry, you're terminated.
So if you don't know who that is, that's Mr. Arnold Schwarzenegger himself as the new host of the Celebrity Apprentice. What do you think?
I was hoping he was going to say terminated.
Yeah, I had no idea. I told my wife, I was like, make sure you call me in there when he says whatever he says. I was waiting to see if he said fired.
Wasn't there talks of Trump still trying to do that as well?
I did hear that. And somebody made a complaint the other day about him still being listed as a producer, but that show was recorded a long time ago, so he won't be.
Yeah, plus he's the guy that started it with,
Exactly.
I mean, you got to give him some credit, some street cred there.
Exactly. So I want to segue right into real estate with Brenda Bianchi from the Bianchi Realestate team. You can find her on the web at Brenda Bianchi, which is spelled Bianchi, BrendaBianchi.com. The way to get her on her cell phone, which is probably the best and easiest way, very easy to remember. If you're driving, pull over, write this down. It's 727-595-SOLD. 727-595-SOLD, which is 7653 if you can't figure that out.
That's a cool number.
That is, I know.
Yeah.
Mine is 319-LEND. I think SOLD actually, that's good.
Great.
You did good on that one. That's very good, Brenda. So how long have you been in real estate?
33 years.
Wow.
33 years. All in this area?
I started out in Ohio.
That's
Okay.
longer than
Here in
Frank's been alive.
1990.
I was going to say, where in Ohio?
Here, Akron,
Akron.
Okay.
And so how long? When did you come down to the Florida?
in 1990.
And
Isn't there a
God.
university in Akron?
There's several up
Okay.
there. Kent
Wow.
State is the famous
Gotcha.
university.
Got it.
Did you start working in the Seminole area in 1990?
1990. And
Wow, gosh.
Oh my God! So we're going on
27 years?
27 years. In
Long
here.
time.
That's older than Gary's been alive. What are you talking about? 27 years, though. And I mean, first of all, anybody who's been in real estate 15 years, or has, in my opinion, seen it all. Okay, if you were here during the boom, during the fall, and you're here again, you're experienced. But 27 years, I mean, I stand on 17 years, and I think I'm the coolest guy in the room. So I've just been trumped pretty bad. Over
So
here.
you're in the Tampa Bay area for
She's in
Seminole.
Seminole.
Large
Actual
Seminole.
Seminole.
27
Pinellas
years.
County.
Wow.
Yeah.
So
So
you've
she's
seen some serious changes.
We have. In fact, when I first got into the market, interest rates at one time went up to 16%.
We were actually talking about that the other day.
were.
Just how crazy rates were back in the day.
No, just how spoiled people are right now. I mean, right now, we're going to talk in a minute about how the rates have gone up, and people are freaking out that it went from 3.75 to 4.25, and you saw 16%.
16%.
And you were surviving in real estate.
We were surviving.
So-
Barely, but we survived.
But people
Was that during the Desert Storm?
It
That,
was,
or was that more towards the .com bubble?
no, it was way before that.
Okay.
Way
I mean,
before that.
early 90s.
Back in the day, we didn't have the computers you have today. I mean, you had-
Speaking of computers, we have an awesome little soundbite because Brenda's been in real estate so long. Her and I were joking before the show about some of the old methods we used to use to communicate before. We were talking about bag cell phones, but does anybody remember couriers?
The best.
Okay, well, listen to this. Donald Trump knows about couriers.
You know, if you have something really important, write it out and have it delivered by courier the old-fashioned way. Because I'll tell you what, no computer is safe. I don't care what they say. No computer is safe. You know, if you have...
Now, would you agree?
I agree.
That's right. No,
I agree.
I don't know. Ask Hillary.
Yeah. That's our next guest. What do you say, Brenda?
I was just going to say, years ago, we used to hand deliver everything ourselves. We didn't even use a courier.
Oh, my gosh. Like, literally drop it off.
We dropped it off.
So do you find the same as me? Because when I got into the business in 2000, it sounds like so long ago. But
it was so long ago.
I know, right? I remember going to lunch, and you tell the secretary at the front desk, hey, I'm going to lunch. She'd take my messages on a little piece of paper. When I get back, she'd give them to me. I'd go to my desk. I'd call my messages. I'd go back to my fax machine and send a note and things like that. Things are like caveman stuff now. But I felt like you just said, you hand-delivered documents. That was a great service. Nowadays, with this constant connection, we don't have the time.
It's almost like we're not as connected. No.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. We're not as connected personally, it seems. But, I mean, you guys still, I know, have an incredible personal touch with your clients. It's the reason we work with your team. Do you still, encourage your team to meet people in person and whatnot?
We do. We like them to come into the office the first time just so we can get to know them.
Yes. And you have a beautiful office, by the way. You guys really do. Right over there. If you want to give the address, you're welcome to. Say where it is in Largo.
Yes, it's 9180 Oakhurst Road, Suite 1, and it's Seminole, Florida.
Seminole. Okay, so it's actually Seminole. So you specialize, and I know this because we do a lot of business together, but you do all of Pinellas County and also the beaches. A lot of agents won't go to the beaches. Now, what have you seen change in real estate? I mean, you 27 years, you've seen the beaches go from 1950-style beaches to modern with condos and development. What do you think's different about the beach market right now?
There's a lot of new building going on the beaches, and the prices are pretty good right now because we had that little slump, and now everything's starting to come back. So the beach is a hot market right now.
Now, why do most realtors avoid the beaches?
I don't know why. I love going to the beach.
Yeah, me too. I just noticed when you go over there, there's some realtors I think that they don't feel that they're knowledgeable enough about the beach market, maybe, and they don't want to compete with some of those agents who literally wear flip-flops and walk around the beach all day. But I mean, 27 years, you've seen it all, you've done it all. I mean, there's no question.
Well, she just said a little slump. What little slump are you referring to?
Well, back in 2006 when everything just kind of took a dive.
Wow. You know, that the reason why I bring that up is because to me that means that the beaches are a little more recession-proof, because there wasn't a little slump here in Tampa.
Right.
It was a big...
What do you think? Do you think the beaches are a little bit more of their own kind of...
I think they hold their value because a lot of people that come to Florida want to go to the beaches. So we have a lot of out-of-state people buying on the beach, and this is going to be their retirement property.
That makes sense.
Right. Or a lot of people like myself, like the beach condo that we have is we use it as a rental as well. So we make income off of it. Well, I'd like to say, but if you rent it enough, you make income off of it. But, we were talking about the market before we started the show and how the values are going up. And you mentioned that Florida is a special place because we have people coming from all over the country to come into Florida. So our values, you're still seeing a nice increase in them right now, right?
That's correct.
Right.
They are going up.
And 7,000 baby boomers a day are retiring right now. So
and choosing Florida as their place to retire. Now, along with the price of homes still going up, so we obviously agree that it's a good time to buy. Interest rates have made a significant increase since, first of all, the election, and then after the election, we had the Fed increasing interest rates. So I want to touch on that because our rates were in the low threes for government loans, which maybe around 3.25, 3.3. Now you're around 3.75. Okay, that's FHA and VA. And then if you're conventional, you were in the high threes. Now you're in the low fours. So everything's gone up about a half to 5/8 of a point. Now, when you go up 1 point, let's say, and the rates were 4, you're increasing by 25%. So now, Brenda, you're selling somebody a house today that's $200,000. You know in a few months it might be $220,000. You also know that in a few months rates might be higher. So that decreases what they can purchase. So it's pushing people out of the market. So what's the moral of the story? Buy
today.
Buy today.
Buy today.
Right. It is still a good time to buy, and especially in Pinellas County where you specialize. Brenda's the only agent that we really push in the Pinellas County area, and you already heard why. It's because she's been in town this long. She's an expert in Pinellas County. I mean, find me another agent that's been here 27, much less in real estate 33 years.
It's so awesome. Most realtors come and go. There's 99% of them in today, out tomorrow.
Yeah, former school teacher. I'm going to get into real estate.
Yeah, they
try it for a year.
Do one deal and one and done.
Right.
I mean, it's not easy because you have to, know how to at least network properly, know how to market properly. I mean, you can't just dive into the real estate market and become successful.
No, you can't be an expert. That's for sure if you're just jumping in. So Brenda covers all of Pinellas County. I'm going to give out the number again before we go on the third segment break here. It's 727-595-SOLD. 727-595-SOLD. And I've done this before, and I'm going to do it for Brenda because she's one of our favorites. Anybody who calls Brenda and mentions the radio show or reaches her through the website or any of the means that we're going to give it out, which, by the way, is BrendaBianchi.com, Bianchi. Lincoln Lending, if you use us, obviously, we're going to pay for it, right? You got to do that. You got to use Lincoln Lending and work with Brenda. It's kind of tough. We're going to buy your appraisal. Okay, $450 to $500 value. Lincoln Lending is going to cover that just because you worked with Brenda and Lincoln Lending. And honestly, I don't care if you buy in Hillsborough, Pinellas, or whatever. Brenda can work with you. But we'd love to see you buy something over on the beaches or Pinellas.
Now, will you do you work in Hillsborough at all?
Not very often. We pretty much stay in Pinellas County.
Gotcha.
But if you have a buyer or someone that you've worked with in the past,
then we will come into another county.
Okay. Nice. So that is a great. People don't realize how good it is to be the expert in your area.
Yeah.
I mean, that focus on what you know.
Don't have to leave far from home.
That's true. That's true. You live in the area as well.
I do.
Yep. So that's she knows. She works right in her backyard. Like I said, the office is beautiful, and your staff is incrable. You have how many do you have now? Like 9?
We have 11.
11. All right. We love some of you guys. John, we were chatting with this morning online, but great staff. All of them personally trained by Brenda, and she definitely keeps them on a short rope over there. And you can promise you're going to get the best service if you do call Brenda's team. Again, before we go on break, it's 727-595-SOLD. Brenda Bianchi with Bianchi Real Estate, and it's BrendaBianchi.com. So you guys are listening to the Business Happy Hour. We'll be back with some more real estate and fun topics here in just a minute. Stay tuned, and make sure you watch us on WeBeam TV as well. We'll be back in just a minute.
Everyone has a bank, but you definitely need a Frank. Lincoln Lending Group specializes in mortgages that banks won't touch, like loans for people with 1 day out of foreclosure, bankruptcy, and short sale. Call Frank today at 813-MORTGAGE, and remember, you drop the E and he drops the fee. Call Ryan at 813-PLUMBER for the most reliable professional plumber in town. Tampa Bay Plumbers is available day and night for your emergency plumbing needs. Find them on the web at tampaplumber.net and get a coupon for service. Do you have a roof leak but no one to trust? You need to call Doug with Suncoast Roofing Solutions at 888-888-ROOF, where honesty, integrity, and craftsmanship come first. Find them on the web at suncoastroofingsolutions.com. And now, your host of the Business Happy Hour, Frank Cotto.
Hey, welcome back to the Business Happy Hour. Got to give a shout out to Jack and Ted in the morning here. Apparently, they set all the TV in our studio to daytime soap operas.
I listened to them this morning. They were really good.
They're always good. Jack and Ted are awesome. I'm laughing my butt off because I'm seeing like Days of Our Lives, and some guy over here has an eye patch on, and I don't even know what's going on. I think he's a pirate.
He was on The Celebrity Apprentice last night.
Was he really?
No, I'm just kidding. Just kidding.
Those guys aren't celebrities. Come on. But anyway, Boy George, if you missed it, make sure you watch Boy George. And yes, he does look exactly the same. So anyway, we're back with Brenda Bianchi of Bianchi Real Estate. Before on the break, I threw out a little special, and Brenda caught on and loved it. I'm going to give away a free appraisal to anybody who works with Brenda and Lincoln Lending Group who mentions the radio show. And Brenda, you mentioned something.
I'm going to throw in a 1-year home warranty.
And those things are like $400 or $500, aren't they?
That's pretty good.
Those are good. And if you guys don't know what those are, they'll cover all of your appliances, the water heaters, air conditioning. I used to have one on my house. I got a whole new air conditioning unit. It did take a week to get it, but long story short, I got
it. It was free.
Yeah, a $5,000 air conditioner, so you can't beat that. But,
wow.
So there you go. So between Lincoln Lending and Bianchi Real Estate, you guys are getting $1,000 just for using the best in the business anyways. So talking about some real estate here, everybody's always interested to know what is the average days on market. The average marketing time, if you want to list your house right now with Bianchi Realestate or just in general to anybody, how long does it normally take to sell?
In the Seminole area, it's been taking on average 53 days. But it can sell quicker if the house is priced right and it's in good condition. So that's one of the things we do is we do a walkthrough. We help sellers figure out what they need to do to get the house ready to market. So my average market time is a lot less. And in fact, I offer a guarantee to sellers that if I don't sell their home within 30 days, I give them $1,000.
See, that's a free $1,000 no matter what. I mean, don't sell your house. So you hear that, guys. I mean, if you're looking for somebody to list and you're in the Pinellas County area and you want a 33-year expert, a 27-year expert right in your backyard, Brenda's the only one to call. And heck, if you buy another house, you're getting $1,000 worth of stuff from myself and Brenda. She's giving you $1,000 if she doesn't sell in 30, which is pretty rare because as long as we've worked with her, everything pretty much turns over right away. So you're gonna sell. Another thing that we talked about in the break was, and I wanted to ask Brenda on air, have you heard of house staging?
I have. I've used stagers in the past.
Okay, so for those who don't know, kind of explain what a staging, what is that? What is staging?
They will come in and bring in furniture and set the home up so that it shows better, and they charge a monthly fee for that, and there's several in the area that you can contact, and it just helps the buyer put into perspective where the furniture could go, especially in homes that have a unique floor plan.
Got it. So it's for the guy who's already moved out of his house. He has a vacant house. He had to take his furniture, so he had something to live and sleep on. But these guys come in.
It's definitely not cheap, but every house I've ever flipped, we've always staged it, and it makes it move that much
So you're
faster.
used to doing it. So staging.
Yeah, every house we do, we stage it.
See, so it does work. It does work, and that's part of the success. If you're working with the right person, they're going to tell you what to do to get your house sold. And I know, my wife and I, we have a pretty good eye for what we can do in the house and whatnot, so we wouldn't care. But I could see a lot of people who don't and who've never.
Well, a lot of a lot of the homes we do, we tear out lots of walls and make it more open floor plans. So
which is the new thing.
Which you can't really, if it's not like the old houses, there are walls and walls and walls. So
right.
you have
There's
to really define
room.
what's there, and that's why it makes it easier to sell.
That's a great.
Who do you use to stage over here?
Was a Show Homes, but they've recently. So I used the chick that used to work for Show Homes,
Linda.
Oh,
yeah, but Linda's no longer in it, so it's one of her associates.
Okay.
Man, you guys know more about this than Brenda and I.
That's good.
Yeah, good job, guys. All right. Well, hey, you can use Linda to stage, but you're going to use Brenda to list.
Linda's actually she's no longer
trying to make a rhyme over here. so you cannot use Linda to stage, but you can use Brenda to list.
There you go.
Thanks, Doug. Oh man. So the other thing that I thought was really cool about Brenda's company is when you guys have somebody that comes to you and wants to list, you already have this cool part of your website, which, guys, you can get to by going to BrendaBianchi.com. But you can also go, I guess, directly to the PinellasCoastalHomeSearch.com.
That's correct.
And what is it that does? You have a bunch of buyers in there.
It's right. They can register for free and then set up their own MLS search for real estate listings. And if they're a seller, they can also set up to get a free evaluation on there and then have a monthly update on what the homes in their neighborhood are going for.
A price value? Kind of like a free value. Opinion of value?
Like a market analysis.
Heck yeah. A lot of people want that. A lot of sellers don't know. All they know is what their neighbor sold for. So they have to look to a professional to figure out what the actual value is. And then somebody like you is going to tell them, hey, look, the neighbor sold for $210. You could go $215 or you could go $209 and will be sold in a week. Something like that.
That's right.
Kind of. She's like, yeah, sure. That sounds good, Frank. So the cool thing is, if you guys do choose to list with Brenda, and if you're in Pinellas County and you choose to list with anybody else, you're making a mistake. But if you do choose to list with Brenda, just know that they already have a database of over 4,000 buyers who are registered on there. And a lot of their transactions, at least in our experience, happen very quickly because she matches the buyer with the seller through her internal network, instead of going out there and waiting for realtors to find the properties.
Well, if I heard right, I mean, the thing about listing with Brenda, I mean, if I was going to sell my house, I'd want to sell it quick.
Yeah.
I mean, why have it on the market for twice as long?
Every month you have it on, go figure. You got a $2,000 mortgage payment, there goes $2,000. So it makes more sense maybe to list at the right price, right, Brenda?
That's correct.
Yeah, you got to list at a price to sell. That's the whole point. So anything else you want to add? We got about a minute left. We already know you're have one of the most experienced agents we've ever had on. You've got a great reputation. You got the good website. We all know the prices are going up, and you and I both encourage people, buy now. Don't wait.
That's correct. They need to buy now, and then they can always rent the property out until they're ready to move in.
That was a great point that you made earlier, is that if you're a transplant, especially from up north, and you know you're retiring in a couple of years, you could buy now. Matter of fact, the second home mortgage programs are great, guys. They're 10% down. The interest rates are the same as conventional primary residence rates. We don't charge you any fees. So get into that second home now with just 10% down. You're getting in under today's prices and today's rates. And do what Brenda said. You could maybe rent it seasonally in a little bit and then move in it in a couple of years when you retire.
It's a great tax deduction.
That's a good point, and you get the tax deduction. Well, guys, Brenda, thank you for being on the show. It's been awesome to have you. And Ryan?
Yeah, thanks for coming on.
Yeah, I just want to say how excited I am, and how for the first time in years I'm actually optimistic about business, and a lot of it has to do with keeping America first.
You're right. America's great again. You're listening to the Business Happy Hour. Thanks for watching.
You didn't get it.
Did I get the last one? He'll squeeze.